But when it comes to toner foiling, it's always a very good idea. Before you take on a job, always ask your client to give you a few samples of what they're wanting you to foil. Because you just want to make sure that you're not going to have any problems with the particular board that they give you, and that the foil works nicely on that particular board. Because, example, here's a really nice pearl white board, lovely invitation we've done on here. And the client in this particular job wants us to foil just the black areas. So before taking on the job and committing to it, do some tests, make sure that it works, that you're not going to have any hassles, because the worst thing that can happen is you tell the client, no, not a problem, you can do it. They go ahead and they print on this expensive board and they do 20, 50, 100 sheets, and then you do some tests and find out there's something wrong, and all of a sudden now they're disappointed. They spent all this money on the board and they have to go and get new prints done on another kind of board, and it's just a mess. So rather do tests before you take on a job. That'll save you embarrassment and it'll save your client money. And then we're going to show you now what happened to this as a good example, so that you can learn from this and know that it's never always as easy as it looks. Right, so as we said, with this particular job, the client wants certain areas to be highlighted with foil. So in this case, what we did was we just cut strips of foil, we lay it over the area that we were going to foil, and then we carefully inserted it into the machine, just a rough idea, and then we would have done it all over there. Put a cover sheet on top, we ran it through the machine, and when it came out the other side, what actually happened was the foil did stick to the board itself, to the text itself, but if you have a look, you can see a shadow of foil around the outside. Now the texture of this board is kind of sticky, and what happened was that the heat, when we ran the sheet through, made the surface of the board tacky. And then what happened was it pulled excess foil off where it shouldn't have. Now obviously that's reject. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about this particular board, because that is the nature of the coating that's on here. So we couldn't do this job with this pearl white board. They had to go and reprint again on a smooth white board, and that worked perfectly. We didn't have any excess residue foil coming off. So these are the sort of things you've got to just be careful of, and that's exactly why we say first get the client to supply you samples, run some tests, and if you're 100% happy that you're going to give them a good result, then take on the job and go ahead.